Social anxiety has many different faces. It isn't always the image of a person hiding away. It isn't always the person too shy to speak. Those are some faces. But there are also the faces of the people who are talking and the people who are working with many others. Some situations might worry them to a point that others do not. When thinking of social anxiety, don't misunderstand this as a mental illness, meaning it only affects the brain either. It affects the heart, the hormone system, the senses, the entire fight or flight system. And that's the suckiest part. When you feel that you are in such danger at that time, when so many others could brush it off, and here you are worrying and obsessing over and over. Sometimes, even when the situation is over, you still have that experience and it can go on for hours. I hear people say that is all how you think, and that's a nice thought, but rewiring the brain is a lot more difficult than many think when your brain is not wired with anxiety. It can take tons of counseling for some, others benefit with meds, and many with both. It can take shame reduction exercises, meditation, self love affirmation, reduction of panic inducing foods and drinks such as caffeine, and a wide assortment of other things. Still, sometimes people are able to pass, so you don't know. I work with people. I have trained hundreds of people. I've done speeches on a stage, yet I still struggle with social anxiety. I say one wrong thing and someone points it out. I go into a shame spiral for hours. Is not to say that someone else shouldn't say it, but it is what happens, and I have to talk myself down from thinking how idiotic, foolish, lame it was that I said anything in the first place. I struggle tremendously every time I even decide to say a word in a group. Also, there are tons of people I I feel my heart is racing and I can't contain it. These things are things I have to consider when I go out. Many people with social anxiety struggle with obsessions over guilt and shame. It is something that requires understanding and loving support networks. Some can say, "Why don't you get over it?" And others can say, "Why can't you see how good you are, how smart, how creative?" Yet the brain is processing that spiral of shame over and over. New information is trying to enter a tornado of negativity, and that is hard to do. Still, it is hopeful that over time, something sticks, something works, and something can be adjusted if it no longer is working. Social anxiety is not a defect of a person's ability to get out there and make friends. It is a psychological and physiological condition which requires a little more time to see what works for the person. Also, there are those who need breaks, so don't get too upset if it is hard to come out to a party, reach out through phone calls, or the person would love to do remote work if possible. Home can definitely be a sanctuary that proves rejuvenating. Thanks for hearing out these words, and hopefully it can resonate a bit when you are talking to someone with social anxiety, or if your experiences of social anxiety are similar or vastly different when dealing with your own.